Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Here's where we're at with the new motor for my CB7 coupe. I did finish putting the top end together. I've got the valve train in. I've checked the valve lash on all of the valves. I've got the gasket in, valve cover on, got the timing belt on, new water pump as well. Now I know there's been some confusion about what type of oil pan do I get? What type of gasket do I use? Do I use RTV? Do I even use a gasket at all? Can I just use Honda Bond? Do I use RTV and a gasket? Like what's the deal here? Well, I'm gonna clear all that up for you guys. All right, so this is the oil pan that came off of that motor. This is a stock oil pan. As you can see, it's really banged up and this thing's in rough shape. I decided to get a pan that's pretty much exactly like the one that came from Honda. Okay, this is not a genuine Honda oil pan, but as you can see, I mean, it is almost an exact replica. So I did get this from Rock Auto. Okay, it was very cheap, very inexpensive. This is the Auto Technica brand, I guess is what it's called. This ran me like 30 bucks or something, or maybe even less than that. Super cheap, awesome. Okay, good to go. Now, on to the gasket information. This is a Felpro oil pan gasket. And as you can see, it's not designed like the stock oil pan gasket. This has like some type of metal liner on the inside of the gasket. So you can see it's kind of stiff, like it's hard, but it's got some rigidity to it, unlike the oil pan gaskets that came from Honda. All right, cool. So we got the engine flipped over. First thing we're gonna wanna do is just clean the surface here. We wanna make sure that there's no dirt or debris or old RTV or debris or CBD or MP3s or STDs. Sorry, okay, anyway. Yeah, you just wanna make sure that your surface is clean. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Just get in here, guys, get this clean. I'm not a freaking expert, okay? So I don't wanna hear it. I'm trying to make sure that this motor runs for another 200,000 miles at least. That's what I'm trying to get out of this motor. All right, guys, now we're gonna add some RTV, but we're only going to put a little bit in a few places. You see this spot right here, this little ridge? We're gonna put some RTV right here. We're also gonna put some right here. We're gonna put a little bit on this curve right here, and then same for the other side. A little bit right here, and a little bit right there. So I'm only going to be adding a very small amount here. Just a little bit, guys. I've got a little dollop on my fingertip here. I'm just going to create some small slivers of RTV. What am I even saying, dude? I don't know what I'm saying. Add a little bit over here on the curve. Add a little bit around the stud posts here. Anywhere you think oil might be able to leak from, just add a little bit of RTV. Okay, well, that looks pretty good. And now we are ready to install our gasket. Sweet. Yes, sir, that looks good. Now we can install our oil pan. Make sure your oil pan's clean. Make sure there's no debris on the mating surface. Go ahead and throw this on here. Boom. Now we can start throwing all of our bolts in. I'm sure you guys know this, but there is a specific pattern in which you're supposed to tighten these bolts. And I'm gonna put that on screen right now. As you can see, you pretty much start from the middle. You go in a crisscross motion towards the outside, and then these all get torqued to 10 foot-pounds.
Soon after.
Voila! There you have it. Your oil pan is successfully installed. So now that that's out of the way, guys, we've got this engine almost completely finished. Just need to add a few more finishing touches. We got to put the intake manifold on it, got to put the distributor on, and you know, spark plugs, oil filter, fill it with oil, all that little stuff. The next thing we're actually going to be doing, guys, is we're going to take this outside. We're going to hook it up to the hoist, take it off of the stand, and just set it down on the ground. We're going to set it on the oil pan, or maybe set it on some wood or something, because Breck is going to be using this engine stand to put together his turbo H series motor for this beautiful, oh, where'd it go? For this beautiful 5th gen Accord, the Fast and Furious Accord. This thing desperately needs to be put back on the road. Look how dusty it is, man. This car deserves better. Anyways, guys, my phone battery is about to die. I can't turn the flash on. I'll see you guys here in a few seconds. All right, well, that was fast. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning right now, guys. I actually haven't slept yet. Anyways, I decided, instead of bringing the engine out here and setting it on the ground and stuff, I'm just gonna go run to Harbor Freight and I'm gonna pick up an engine stand for Breck. I really don't want my brand new motor sitting out in the elements. It's supposed to snow again, so I got the old CM7 fired up. We're gonna head on over to Harbor Freight and see what they got in stock over there. So let's go. There it is. There it is. We made it.
2,000 years later.
This thing's about as heavy as I am. Team lift. Welp. I got the engine stand. This is a 1,000 pound capacity engine stand. There's really not a whole lot of room to do this, but I'm gonna attempt to get this set up. Ooh, got some fasteners, okay. Got some wheels, casters. It's kind of funny to think that just this little bit of hardware can support 1,000 pounds, an entire engine. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get this thing assembled. Ah, 10 million years later, there she is. Check it out, guys. This is my very first time assembling an engine stand, and I'm really proud of myself, man. I got the whole freaking thing put together, looking real nice. Now, I was gonna give Breck the brand new engine stand here, but actually this one is 2 inches shorter than that one over there. As you can see, the new one sits at 32 inches and the one we've been using is right at 34. So I don't know. Either way, guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. My brain is fried. I've been up way too long. I should probably get some rest, but in the next video, hopefully, if I'm at the house when Breck puts the H series on the new motor stand, we'll be making a video on that. Definitely want to get some content with the Fast and Furious Accord once that motor is ready to go in. And oh man, that's gonna be fun to drive, you know? Ooh, man, I hope we get that running soon. Anyways, guys, I'm done. That's it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Maybe you learned something. Maybe I was able to entertain you for a little bit. I don't know, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos. I will see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.